are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Court here on a thirsty Thursday.
Wow.
And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. How you doing, my friends?
I'm feeling pretty thirsty over here, Brian. No, dude, I'm stoked. Great Thursday here. Big day, huge day. And obviously we got the Rangers game, Thursday Night Football. So much sports going on, dude. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. Also, you know, the rumblings yesterday coming out about Michael K. That show possibly ending. I mean, what was your thoughts on that?
I mean, a little surprised for sure. Michael said it pretty well. You know, he kind of thought someone like Michael K would be going out on his own terms or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like Michael K would be the type of guy, which, I mean, not that this is a negative, but, you know, he would do his job until the day he dies, you know?
Right,
like, he's not going to stop doing what he's doing. He loves what he's doing, obviously. So, I mean, it is sad, you know, certainly would be an end of an era. But, I mean, it happens, you know?
But it's interesting because this did happen. I don't know at this point if it was a couple of years ago, whatever the case may be. But, you know, it was over a contract thing. They end up working it out. I mean, is it possible that it's just the same thing? Like that he just wants to make sure he's paid well, like Scott Boras is his agent, or?
Yeah, I guess so. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, ESPN radio specifically is in what seems to be a pretty precarious situation, like with their programming. Obviously, the shift to AM, the layoffs. I don't know. Maybe it's just that's the way ESPN radio is going. Not to say that we're not going to hear Michael K, on his own show anymore or something. But I don't know, man. It is weird.
Well, and they were throwing out all these different things. Something about him doing like a 1 to 3 in his basement or something solo.
Really?
But it's just like, because they were saying maybe this is all about him not wanting to go to the studio.
Not wanting to travel. I mean, I guess
into the city, because I think he lives in Greenwich.
Greenwich, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, I guess. But what's that like? Why like they want him in studio that bad? Like,
I think it's just almost, you think about it like here. Like, are we not always the best?
Yeah, when we're in person.
So
absolutely.
Same thing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll have to ask D. You know, I don't know if he's seen him at the Cleaners recently. I should have asked him. I saw him the other day.
Yeah, you should, dude.
But I just wonder if it's more though that he's like he just wants to do the Yankees now, or that it's that he just wants to make sure that they're not cheating him on the salary.
I mean, do you really think it's like a nickel and dime thing over there?
I mean, doesn't at the end of the day with a bunch of these things, right? I mean, isn't that
the money, dude?
Isn't it that always the case that we see time and time again?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. At the end of the day, I mean, but like, I mean, not for nothing. Like ESPN Radio, like, what type of leverage do they have over Michael K? You know?
Well, I mean, I think it's just. It's not so much that they have leverage, but I do guess in a way, like, I mean, I guess too, really, if you think about it, if he still wants to have like his own thing, he could just do a podcast from his house. He doesn't need ESPN radio.
Dude. He has a following.
So basically what I'm getting at is you think they buckle at the...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely, dude. I suppose they could move Rick and Dave into that spot, but I mean, like,
I guess they don't want to. And then somebody was talking about.
I mean, you still have a big morning time slot to replace. Then, you know, like,
I forgot they were throwing out a bunch of different things, but there was something. Somebody with Bart, was it? Jeez, I forgot what they said. I don't know. Ty and Bart, and then put Han with. I don't know if it was Don, like just something like that.
Drastic?
Yeah, like just mixing everybody up. But I don't. And I would think if like, you know, they mix up the show and, you know, Michael K is doing solo, I would think that's the end for Peter. You would think anyway.
Yeah, I would think so. Although I guess you never know. I mean, they seem to like him, but you know, he does all these other shit.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. And
Hot
I'm saying I don't
97.
think they're going to put him with anybody else other than the current arrangement.
Oh
you know?
my god, dude! Sometimes he's so brutal, dude.
Should we Uber eat you a coffee?
Oh yeah. I don't think Donut In's on Uber Eats, dude.
I mean, come on, it's time, is it not? Like for them to get on Uber Eats?
Yeah, I think so. But then again, I mean, how many people do? I mean, I guess they would get their coffee delivered, but it's like, have you ever done that? Yeah, I've never done that. Who does that?
No, but it's more just about because if you want food as well.
Yeah.
It is.
You
so
ever
funny.
get the food at Donut Inn or at Tiffany's even?
No, that I was gonna mention that. Every time I go in there, I don't know if they used to do this when you would go there a lot, but it's like, you know, there's a decent line, nothing crazy, but they always like skip ahead and be like, "You want food? You want food?"
Yeah.
And it's just so funny every time. I'm just like, no. And it's not because I wouldn't want it, but
Right.
again, like, you know, trying to relax. You
I'm
know,
not
take
gonna
it
lie.
easy.
There was a few times I've gotten Tiffany's, and like their food isn't bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like it is a step above like a Dunkin' food.
But you're just saying in terms of their like donuts and pastries?
Oh, their donuts are way beyond Dunkin' Donuts. Like their
Yeah.
pastries and donuts are so freaking good. You know, whether it be the turnovers, the muffin, the chocolate glazed, whatever. Always so good, dude. They're on the hierarchy of that one.
And does it do anything for you, like fatigue wise, if you did start, like, let's say pre-show, a couple turnovers, maybe a chocolate glaze and a coffee? Like, is that you're kind of?
I would think I'm jacked up on sugar, to be honest. dude.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
would feel great.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
maybe after the show,
Sugar crash.
Captain.
Yeah.
it's always tempting, but I haven't tried it yet.
Think about
and
it.
Recently, I've just been sticking to the one coffee and actually just making it at home. You know, having it on the way in, and then just hydrating. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean that is the most important thing.
Gotta
Stay
hydrate,
hydrated.
dude.
Yeah,
Gotta hydrate.
Yeah. I do see we have a bunch of comments though. What do we got going on?
We got a bunch. Typical early, often Josh B. No Zoom meetings this morning, I guess. Says,
Let's
yo,
go,
fam.
Josh
Happy
B."
Thirsty Thursdays. Nick's looking good with the thumbs up emoji. Hashtag TC, hashtag Sportsport, hashtag DTV. And then Michael Buckton says, yo, Tony and Barnes.
Yo, Michael.
Remember that gaming corner night when I was commenting up a storm about Tatum? That was
every
memorable,
gaming corner,
dude.
Michael.
Teasing Tatum is back.
The way Michael says it.
I guess teasing Tatum is back. The way
I mean-
Michael says
I mean,
Tatum.
not to put a little salt in his wounds here, but I mean, technically, didn't Tatum have the last laugh last year?
Yeah, last laugh last year. Probably feels pretty good right now.
Could potentially repeat. Hopefully not, because I told Boston they're not winning any other championships anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what you said, dude. So
Gotta stick to it.
you better step up, you know. And then Michael Buckton, Tatum's not going to Disneyland with him. He says he's taking his boy Hurley. And Barnes, have you been to the Magic Arena in Orlando? He wants to know. Which you have been, right?
I have
You've
been
talked
there.
about that.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. So Dirk's last year, Luca's first year. So that was kind of cool to see that.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
The fan experience outside, and reasonable tickets. So definitely recommend that anytime. The next time any of you are in that area, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely, dude. And he would go to Disneyland over an NHL game, he says.
See, this is where it's like producer Butka. I mean, it's like, are you almost offended a little bit? Because I know you're good with Disney, but at the same time, there's no way you could tell me that you're more Disney than the Rangers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially the Rangers. I mean, even like if I had the choice during the day to go to Disney World or like to see the Panthers or the Lightning play,
You're going to the
I'm
arena.
going to go to the arena, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been to Disney. I know what it's about.
You know what's funny though with Michael? Like, I feel like he should just rip the Band-Aid off, just admit the decline of the Penguins has turned him away, and he could use the excuse of Doc Emmerich, but that's just not.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Exactly.
dude. Matthew Gabriel says, let's go.
Matthew.
Michael B, Josh B, what is up, boys? Michael Buckta doubling down. Disneyland greater than NHL by a long shot, he says, which is wrong. And then he says, also, Tony, can you please search up that iconic castle for me and share it? Well, not with the way you're talking about the NHL. Like that. Absolutely
I'm
not.
offended.
Like, I'm offended. I'm offended.
I don't know if I can
Absolutely
get
not.
over this.
Absolutely not. Michael!
And what else did he say?
I do admit the decline
Ah!
of the Penguins but I'm still going to stare at that castle in Disneyland.
Sounds like some window dressing, Tony.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, honestly, like, not for nothing. If I was a Penguins fan, I mean, it does kind of feel like it's becoming an end of an era for them.
Sullivan is probably
And
gone after the year if they don't make the playoffs.
It's tough, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, you're kind of looking at a total rebuild, and you know, obviously for the run that the Penguins were on, the amount of angst and issues they've given the Rangers and the fan base for the Rangers over the years. Even for me, I'm like, that's like, this is crazy, you know, like seeing this kind of happening, you know. But you know, we'll see, whatever.
But I think they blew it, honestly, because I see this all the time with teams. Like, why do people think that it's not possible to contend, have older players, but then like bring in new players and still be good with those older players? But you know, the addition of the youth making them more competitive. I feel like they were so set on, you know, it has to only be, you know, Letang and Malkin and Crosby, and I know they had, you know, Gensel before trading him away. But again, and I know I've touched on this, and I don't know about the prospect situation, but it just felt like they got so ripped off in that trade.
Yeah, it did, dude. And I don't know their prospect situation either, but I would imagine if they have prospects in the minors, they should be using them. You know, like you said, you have to find that, like keep Crosby and Malkin, and then get supporting players that are younger that then can take over when Malkin and Crosby are done. But I don't know. I think the Penguins, I don't know if it was coaching. I want to say maybe more GM style, where it's like you didn't put the right guys in the roster. Goaltending really hasn't been the same since like Matt Murray and Marc-Andre Fleury, you know, like.
Well, I feel like Jari has had his run though. I know he missed like a good amount
Tristan
of time.
Jari, but he's not that like top tier level, you know. He was great, but again, I mean, they don't, you know, there's nothing there, and now they have nobody really. The Delchkovich or whoever their other guy is, I mean.
Because I know Jari just came back.
Did he just come back?
I just saw him the other night because I you know, what I had on NHL Tonight, they were showing it, but I don't know how many games.
Fans boo goaltender Tristan Jari as Penguins blow lead, no T-loss.
Oh, and that was to the Lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was his first game back.
It must have been, right? Tristan Jari struggling continues. Let's see what his last 5 games are looking like. So his last game was the 19th overtime loss. Game before that was the 15th. That was his first game back. The loss to Columbus 6-2.
Holy.
Yeah.
4.72, 8.63?
Oh, his
only 5 games.
Yeah, exactly. The injury, obviously, I don't know what the injury was. I remember seeing him out.
Lower body.
Exactly. Probably hip or something. Who knows with those tenders. But then before that, I mean, his last game was against Buffalo a month before, October 16th. That was a 6-5 win in overtime. But you know, you're still getting 5 goals that game, so not great there. And then he did start against the Rangers, so like that was a 6-0 loss, not great there. So again, I mean, those numbers you'd imagine, you know, the goals on average would lower, the save percentage would raise up here.
Because I mean, you look at the last few years. I mean, I think he's been pretty solid, right? I mean.
Yeah.
2.91, 290, 242, 919, 909, 903. I mean, that's good enough, right?
Yes, good enough.
But what do you think at the end of the day? Do you think I'm making it sound, you know, easier than it should be to not let this go the way that we think it's headed, or do you think that it's just a tough situation?
I mean, I guess a little bit of both, but not for nothing. Like, I mean, Crosby took the like lowest. He got what, $8.7 million a year or something. Like, he's not getting paid a shit ton. He literally took a decrease in pay,
right, for
you to bring other players in. So it's like,
and then you brought in Erik Karlsson, so that's on the GM.
That's bad.
Yeah,
that was a bad move. But I mean, I don't know. I would imagine. I don't know. Carlson would. I think that's on him a little bit though. Fat contract. Be happy.
I had that year with the Sharks. Wait, I'm trying to think too. That was that a mid-season trade or that was an off-season trade? That was an off-season trade?
I'm pretty sure it was off-season.
Okay, but it was like a ridiculous season. 20 goals, all these assists, 100 points or something.
Yes, dude. It
seemed like every night we were talking Karlsson.
Crazy, dude. And it was this year and not great last year also. Oh, I guess 56 points. I mean, you would expect more than that. But yeah, before that, the San Jose, 101 points, dude. 25 goals, 76 assists over 82 games. The following year, Brian, with Pittsburgh, he went from 101 points in 82 games to 56 points in 82 games.
Huberdeau, how are you?
I mean, it's tough, dude. But I mean, what are you gonna do there? I mean, that's on him. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I would imagine that if I'm a GM, I would have looked at that and be like, all right, this guy's a good defenseman. He's been in the league a while too. Ottawa, San Jose, put him on a better team. He will strive.
Well, but you know what else? Again, I know there's examples, and some guys are good two-way players, but it does seem to me, you want to win a title. Does it really make sense to have an offensive defenseman that doesn't do much on defense?
Yeah, no, I mean, that year when he had over 100 points, I think he was minus 20 on the ice,
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, you want to look at him, maybe like a Evan Bouchard as well for Edmonton, right? Two really good offensive defensemen. And what do those teams lack? They lack solid defense. So, I mean, I guess it's really about who's on the line with Carlson, who the other defenders are on the roster, Because you can have a lockdown defenseman and have Eric Carlson who can come on and score for you a little bit, sure, but it's just a matter of putting the right group of guys together on that roster. I mean, I got the roster right here. It's, I mean, they have some youth, I suppose. I'm not sure where some of these guys are coming from, though. I mean, Owen Pickering, dude, from Canada, defenseman, 21 years old. You'd imagine that, he's been pretty solid. But again, in terms of forward scoring, I mean, there's just not a lot here. Sidney Crosby obviously leads the team with scoring, 7 goals. I don't know. You're just expecting more from everyone else. Michael Buckting specifically, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's been someone I know Penguins fans have been, not hot on.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see. Obviously, his experience with Pittsburgh is a little light, you could say. 41 games total over this year and last year. 25 points coming over those 41 games. So, again, I mean, that guy could heat up. You think of his year in total, I guess, or maybe his full year with Toronto, 49 points. But I don't know. I mean, he's been trending kind of a little bit downward. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the Penguins, I will stand by it. They're always a team every year that seem to be competitive down the stretch of the season.
You really think they're going to rally? I mean, they didn't rally last year. They
almost rallied. Again, you would think, dude, with that talent, again, Crosby and Malkin are those players where when they know it's the tough stretch of the season, where we're approaching the playoffs, they're going to turn it up. But they just need to be, they still need to be in position where like that run that Crosby can go on at the end of the season, the team still needs to be in the wild card.
Yeah, they can't be 20.
They can't
under.
be exactly, dude. They can't fall too far behind. So if I'm the Penguins, I don't know. I'd be looking to grab some ancillary players here to try and support and help this team. And whatever I mean, you need Bunting to go off soon to start to heat up. So I don't know. We'll see. And it's interesting because you're people are talking about Crosby age, Malkin age. And it's you're seeing Ovi over here just ripping goals left and right. And it's
Yeah.
Crosby could be doing that, dude.
No, you're right. You're right. If you put better people around him.
Exactly, dude. And again, you would hope Tristan Jarry does, fucking step it up, dude. Because if he doesn't step it up, they don't know any goaltending. That's going to be too much, I think, for the team to recover from,
Oh, yeah. They need him to be on the mark.
Yeah,
for sure. I think we had a couple more trickle in. Josh B. Matty G.
Josh B says, Matty G, dude. Michael Buckner wants to get thrown upside down all day long. Penguins do suck, but NHL isn't hockey without Doc, dude.
The excuses, Tony.
And then my mother comes in here. Hi, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mom.
So a lot to get to.
Oh,
Quick
yeah, dude.
update just underway. St. Simon's, the RSM. You have a bunch of golfers at 2 under. Trainer, Chappell, Buckley, Gordon, Taylor, and Badley. And the most holes anybody's through right now, it looks like, is 6. So very, very early here. I did see that Kevin Kisner has started with a birdie as well. Daniel Berger, who, really is playing for his status, moving forward after missing most of the 2 years with injury. So it's important that he gets off to a good start here.
Any relation to Jake Berger?
No, because it's different spelling. Berger, B-U-B-E.
Forget it.
But and then the golfers are split between the Plantation and Seaside courses. So it'll be interesting to see scoring wise, what role that plays, which course, with the stimp meter, Tony.
Yep.
How it's playing. So we'll have to keep a mindful eye out there. And I think we'll have, a more detailed update towards the end of the show when more guys are out on the course. Looks like right now, too, in Georgia, 60 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour winds. So I would imagine only getting warmer there.
Hopefully.
So I'm sure it'll be a nice day there in St. Simons. But if we could go to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle! Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
All right. So we keep chugging along in the National Football League. Week 12 beginning this evening in Cleveland. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The line opened with Pittsburgh -4.5. That has gotten, bought down to 3.5 here. So I know we had, talked about this the other day, just about, kind of a ridiculous line. And, excuse me.
Question.
Thank you. But I guess when I was at the gym yesterday, I saw on one of the TVs, they were talking about this, and I guess for whatever reason, the Steelers, their last 5 games have struggled in Cleveland. I think a -9 on the turnovers, and are 1-4 in their last 5 games there. But when I look at numbers like that, I just feel like every year is different. Does that really matter, Tony?
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, I would agree with that. Every year is different. I mean, the Steelers team is vastly different right now. And I mean, honestly, so are the Browns. I mean, not for nothing, the Browns, I think, are in a worse position than I thought anyway.
Well, and over those last 5 games, I mean, how is this not the worst spot that they've been in?
Literally. Still, though, I mean, you think, so you're saying, not a chance, Browns.
I mean, you give up 35 to the Saints, and then on a short week, you're going to beat the Steelers?
No, you're not wrong there. I mean, really, the only thing I would look at and be like, oh, well, you never know, was probably that win against Baltimore that Cleveland had. What was it, 29-24 or something like that?
Yeah, but we know about the Baltimore defense.
Right,
well.
of course. We know about Baltimore defense. It would be tough for Jacoby Brissett over there to throw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns like he did against the Ravens. But I don't know, man. I mean, the Steelers were stifled a little bit by the Ravens defense. And not for nothing, in that game, the Browns did hold Henry to, I think, around 70 yards. I know it's still a good amount, but obviously Derrick Henry's been averaging over 100 yards for this year. So they held him at bay a little bit. And I don't know. I can see the Steelers. I can see Wilson maybe struggling to score a little bit, but I mean, I think at the end of the day, it will be a Steelers victory. But I think the margin of victory will be a little tighter than people think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but I think though, I mean. I think it's an easy game to win by a touchdown, no?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be 13-10
No.
13-12 or 17-16. I mean, I don't think we're going to see anything like that. I do think, though, it is supposed to rain in Cleveland tonight, so maybe, more running of the football. Obviously, I know last time out, they were, throwing the ball a lot. I think Winston was just under 400 yards. But I would imagine, he's not going to, in the rain and then against this defense, and I just think this is a team that's just, headed in the wrong direction.
And
definitely. Especially, Nick Chubb is back, but I think, he's had a tough time in terms of, recovering from that gruesome injury last year. So, he probably needs this season to kind of get his feet back. So I just think against this Pittsburgh defense, I don't care about the 1-4. I think it's irrelevant, Tony. Honestly, I really do think the past 5 games in this matchup are irrelevant.
Divisional game though.
Divisional
Always
game,
tight?
but also like if you suck, like you
you
suck,
suck.
right?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Interesting. The back-to-back divisional games, dude. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess the 3.5 too is a little light.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think? Yeah, no, that's tough, dude.
Like I can tell right now you're trying to search for that.
Well, yeah, of course,
Cleveland
dude.
optimism, but it's hard to find it.
It is a little hard to find it. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, if it's raining too. Although Winston has been really throwing the ball well, which is kind of crazy.
But not finishing drives. And I know Wilson himself in the red zone has struggled. But to me, I don't know about you, but I just feel like, and I think it's actually been since he's taken over, he might have the worst quarterback rating in the red zone, maybe an 8.2. I saw
Russell Wilson?
At the gym yesterday as well.
That's not good.
But to me, though, a veteran quarterback like him, and then a coach like Mike Tomlin, I just have a feeling that he's gonna reverse course on that. Like it's something that can be corrected, and like that throw was just ridiculous last week. Like you would think that's a throw he never makes again, just a complete lollipop that close to the end zone. I mean, it's like either the guy's open or he's not. And I just think he's played too much football to be bogged down in the red zone like that.
No, yeah, I agree with that too. But I mean, do you think the Browns defense can give him any trouble?
I just feel like, though, isn't there a point, because they kind of mentioned this like with the Jets season, and obviously that's one of the biggest debacles that there is in the league right now. But there is a sense when you're struggling, you're 2-8, 3-8, where you just can't wait for the season to be over. Like it's like what more other than okay, some guys sure like another contract, future with the organization and stuff. But I just feel like how are you that hyped? For this game right now.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, dude. But I mean, ESPN quoting Jameis Winston is ready for the first taste of, and I quote here, blood, sweat, and tears. He's such a freaking goon, dude.
I would love to see what the prop odds are on the Winston pick, especially in the rain, Tony. That seems like an Ernie special.
I mean, yikes, dude.
You know what's interesting? I was talking to Josh and actually Alan the other day about bets, because they have this thing like the TCA bets on Discord. And I feel like I'm the only one. Like everybody loves their parlays in the prop parlays too.
You hate both of those.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a single prop, I'm okay with, but it's it is just funny. That is a very common thing, but I don't know why. To me, I've always just felt like the winner of a game is easier than predicting statistics.
No, yeah, I would say so, but that's why the parlay all of a sudden you put $10 down, you're winning 100. You're
but what happens if you lose 100 of those in a row?
$1,000.
But dude, but the odds.
Odds, dude. You got one.
No,
dude.
but it sounds like the boys have been doing pretty good with that. I just,
good.
I'm trying to give it a shot. But it's tough, honestly. It's tough for me. I don't know. I just like the simplicity. Win or lose. Win or lose. I don't have to think about pass attempts and touchdowns. Anytime touchdown scores, sure. You have an inkling. Though that's tough too.
But even so, yeah, that is still tough. And not for nothing. I mean, would you parlay some games on the money line together, or even that is just
because I say this all the time. I feel like it's hard enough to just pick one game right.
Yeah.
So to do multiple at a time, I just feel like that's
gonna
difficult.
you pick 4 games, and then it's 3 of them hit, and you're waiting on the 4th, and then all of a sudden it's
Josh actually just texted me a parlay yesterday.
Really?
Let's see what we got here. So plus 216, and it was Karl Anthony Towns plus 2-3 made. Josh Hart, 1+ 3-pointer made. Jared Allen, 6+ rebounds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 4+ assists. So that was a 4-game parlay, and then the profit boost to get it to plus 216. So the thing that they do is they there's ways to you'd have a normal line for something that's going to be roughly what, minus 110, minus 120. They do stuff that's more like some of these were like minus 400, minus 200, but you group them together and you still get plus odds, but they're easier to hit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Smart.
It seems like they've been doing good with that.
That's good.
But yeah, so maybe it's something I'll try. Basketball is interesting, but it's like, again, I don't know. Maybe I just get too nervous, but it's like even with like the 3-pointers or total points or something, it's like, well, what if it's just a night like they don't do well, foul trouble, injury? But then again, that's why they're saying like, oh, we're just putting $10 out there.
Yeah, no, true. It's only $10, right? So
for now, it's $10.
Well, but see, that's the thing. You got to be careful, dude. You got to stick to your units, man. You know,
Yeah.
can't be getting crazy. I've done that before. It's like, oh, you lose your $10, but we bet $20 next week, and I'll make up that $10. But then you lose again, then you're down $30, and you're like, oh man.
What do you think you would hammer if, like, I don't know, just hypothetically, DraftKings was sponsoring you? They're just like, they've seen like your NHL picks. They're like $200 a month. Like, what do you think you would or a week? What do you think you would hammer? Like right now with all the sports going on, like, what do you think would be like? What would you be doing?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. What would I be doing?
Baker every week.
Yeah, dude, the run. No, see, that's so tough, dude, because you can't bet with your heart. You gotta bet with your brain here.
But then again, I mean, I took the Rangers last game. I mean, didn't even have to watch it. Woke up to a victory. I mean, that worked out pretty well. No?
Yeah, if you watched it, probably would have been worse, dude. I'd definitely be betting the Rangers. I'd probably be looking at what type of prop bets there for Adam Fox on assists each night.
Points as well.
Points as well. Yeah, points probably way better.
Yeah. So you think that would be your NHL would be your favorite thing over like for the sports going on right now? You know, obviously football and
I mean, I don't know. It's tough because I would say NHL would be. It seems like what I'm better at in terms of knowledge. Obviously,
just not Hooper.
Anytime goal.
Hooper
Dude,
sucks.
I thought he was gonna heat up, dude. He had that one goal. I thought he was gonna start to heat up, but
done?
Maybe, dude.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous to even say that.
I know.
But I don't know. I feel like football is like kind of. I don't want to say easier to bet on, but I kind of almost want to say like sometimes the more obvious picks in football, like there's a reason for that, you know?
Right.
Like I would be hammering the Chiefs this week for sure.
Yeah,
like
with the 11,
win,
you don't care about the
don't
history.
Care, dude. No, absolutely not. Yeah, dude. What do you got? Breaking news?
No, just a customer like. One of these like ridiculous texts, like asking, like I'm having somebody look at a job and they're asking if the guy's gonna have ID. It's like, what is this? Like the White House? Like,
are they scared that some random person?
I guess you know how these people are sometimes
living in fear.
Josh B says follow the trends.
Yeah,
shots on goal might be one for me. That's interesting. That.
Shots on goal for a player?
Yeah,
I'd say it's a terrible bet.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I'm surprised that you would say that, honestly.
I guess it depends on what it's at, but like, let's say, you know, Connor McDavid or Draisaitl. I mean, what is their shots on goal per night? 3.5?
You know,
3?
I think you could probably get anything, but then again, the odds, you know what I mean?
I know, dude. And not for nothing like that. Sometimes, like, the players don't shoot a lot, dude. And it's shots on goal, too. Not to mention, like, you know how many times you can attempt a shot, it gets blocked, it gets deflected, you just miss the net entirely, you know? Like, that's a little tough, dude. But then again, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
Just thinking about it. Prop bets for hockey are going to be tough, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So, going to be kind of interesting. But what would you say, though, before we get into this, like, your confidence in, like, just this being no issue for the Steelers tonight? 1 to 10.
I don't know. If you asked me before the show started, I probably would have said like 10 Steelers winning.
Now you're thinking about the trend.
Well, it's just it's also Vegas. Yeah, dude. The -3.5. I'm like, whoa, like that's
buy it down to 2.5. That's what I did.
I
mean, you don't think Boswell will hit it through?
Yeah, but don't you think Pittsburgh would, like you said, win by a touchdown?
No,
I think the
probably,
spread could be,
but it's
bigger.
Still when it's
should be 7.5. Should be 5.5.
But also sometimes I feel like people give Vegas too much credit. Yes, they're good with their stuff, but at the same time, I just feel like it's like I don't know what the Browns have left right now.
Yeah, no, true. But why it even opens at 4.5 too?
People seeing the value. It's the key numbers past 3.
Tyler Fulgham likes the under, by the way.
Tyler Fulgham, 36.5.
That
I mean,
seems
the
low.
rain, though, that's what they always say. When they seem too low, you go under. That's what they always say. And then you would say, who's that?
Yeah, who is that? I never heard that. Cleveland forecast.
3 inches of rain.
Damn.
Is that what it
13
says?
mile-an-hour winds. No. Precipitation is 50% precipitation here. I understand. Why are they giving me this in Celsius right now?
I hate that.
3 degrees Celsius. Thank you. Snow starting in 8 minutes?
Oh, we could have a snow game,
In
but no,
Cleveland.
isn't it only 40 degrees or something?
Well, it's 3 degrees Celsius, dude.
I saw, by the way, that it's 17 degrees and snowing in Calgary when the Rangers got there. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw courtesy of Molly Walker.
Always had to bring her up.
I mean, that's what I saw. She tweeted out a photo or Instagram, whatever it was.
Probably was the same photo.
Probably was the same photo. It was snowy, like, looked like some type of main street downtown area with some cool lights.
You know what I couldn't tell? I don't know if you were watching, like, I know you watched the rain. Oh, no, but you were in the car, so maybe you didn't see this. Sam and Joe, they go to every game. They never, like, call a game from the studio, right?
No.
Okay, no, it just was weird. Like, they were showing them before the game last time, and there was just, like, these, like, monitors behind them. I don't know. Usually, like, when you see them in the booth, like, you could... Because you know what it is? I feel like usually when they're talking, behind them is the arena. But
Right.
this time it was, like, the other way, which was just odd.
Well, that is kind of
There
weird.
was just, like, screens behind them. So that's why I wasn't sure if, like, they were just...
Maybe they're
they
doing
didn't
new
go.
things or something? No,
But
they
you've
definitely
never
studio.
seen that before, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Technically
listening to-
in the booth, not in the studio.
That's right. In the booth, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the radio. Kenny Albert with the call.
Don with the pre and post.
Down with the pre and post. I forget who does.
Dave
Damn it.
Maloney?
It is Dave Maloney who does it with Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not good.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's.
What is it for you?
I don't know. It's his rambling, dude.
Yeah. And the
Rambling,
Rangers here.
And it's just like he was making a lot of mistakes, dude.
Wow.
Stumbling
okay.
over his own words, confused about what player he was talking about sometimes. Even in the pregame show, like I don't know if he was hitting the bottle or something, but when Don was doing the pregame show, he brings Evan Maloney for the preview, and he was just talking in circles, dude.
Wow.
I know, not good, dude. But Kenny sounds great.
How about Ernie saying, "Gentlemen, massive year this Thursday." And then Josh B says, "Ernie Maloney, the steamroller." That's good stuff. Ernie, just drop the parlays. Let's hear it. I want to know what you're thinking.
Honestly, dude, let's go.
What do you think is what are you projecting here for Ernie? What do you think he's going to say?
I mean, I would say he hammers the Steelers.
Under.
Yeah, I think he would take. I don't know. I can see Ernie though being like, it's gonna go over.
Najee Harris, anytime touchdown.
Maybe even a Wilson rushing touchdown. Maybe that's probably a good one.
Yeah. Probably some good odds on that one.
And
Or
again,
a red zone interception.
I think the Winston pick.
Yeah, the Winston.
The
That's got to
Winston
be
pick,
juiced
dude.
the hell up though. That's like gonna be like minus 200.
I wonder what his over under for throwing yards.
With the rain, it's got to be.
Low.
Yeah, it's probably only like 230, 240. If I'm just taking a guess here.
And honestly, I'd probably maybe even take that under.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a real low.
I really hate betting on unders though, dude.
No, so do I. No, just totals in general. Like that's. I think that's part of why I don't like the props because to me it's like a total. Like it's like you know what I mean. It's basic. Okay, like this team should win. Fine. Like I don't want to have to worry about the rate that they're scoring.
Yeah. Here we go. Now we got Ernie says Steelers minus 3.5. What is that? DST score?
Defensive special teams touchdown score for Pittsburgh. Under on the passing yards. Over on the rushing
For Najee.
Najee.
Well, that's tough, dude.
I mean, I like it. I mean, obviously the defensive touchdown is something that's very finicky.
Yeah.
But must have great odds. I would
Mika
imagine.
Fitzpatrick, maybe a little pick six.
Could be. What is Michael Bucket saying? 20 to 16?
He says, yeah, Steelers 20, Browns 16. That is
That's a
Michael
cover.
Buckta's
That's a cover,
prediction.
Tony.
And the under. Just at the under, dude.
Now, what would you be doing? Like the props, the total, like for this game, the spread. Like, if your DraftKings funding?
If I'm like, let's say like I got the funding from DraftKings and I'm like focused on the Steelers Browns game, I want to put it all on. I would do like a parlay. I would take the spread, Steelers money line as well.
The spread
and the money line.
Wow.
Why not, dude? And then I'd probably take the under at this point. The more we're talking about it.
It's just so tough because you think about it like,
I know,
let's say the halftime score is 14-7. It's like, stop basically over.
Yeah, literally. It's like, oh my God, dude. And it's like, honestly, halftime score 14-7 doesn't seem crazy.
No.
All right, I'll take the over. Why not, dude? 36.5. No, you know what? No. Let's stick with the under. Let's take it easy here. Let's not get too overzealous. I love the Najee Harris anytime touchdown over in the rushing yards as well. And then Wilson anytime rushing touchdowns. And that's $200 right
I
there,
think
probably.
you have confirmed, Tony, because I just, from our conversations with everybody else and then just asking you here, I think I'm the only one who just likes just the spread or just the money line. Everybody needs their props and parlays.
Let's do it, dude.
I'm on an island. I really am.
So you would do the full 200 on the money line, Steelers?
No, I already took the Steelers. I bought it down to 2.5.
Right. Oh, okay. So I'm saying if you had the DraftKings money, you'd put it all on the spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like, yeah, you could do it on the money line. It's going to be less odds. I feel like you just don't need to do that. Are they really going to win by one, like a 2-point conversion
Probably
at the
not.
end of the game?
No.
I mean, you wouldn't think so.
Wouldn't
how many
think so,
times has that actually happened? But what will actually happen? Let's do it, Tony. A Thursday night football frenzy.
Everybody's thirsty, baby. Let's go, dude. We know the deal. The divisional matchup here on back-to-back weeks. Browns, the short week at home here. They're 1-4 at home, by the way, Brian. Go figure. They're 2-8 on the season here. The rain, dude. What are we doing? Who's throwing the ball? Where are the interceptions coming from? The Steelers are 8-2 coming in here. We know the spread -3.5. Kind of sketchy, but Brian still loves it. Total is 36.5. By the way, the money line we didn't mention. Pittsburgh here, -190, so not egregious on the money line, but still enough there. The Steelers, the win streak, the Ravens last week, they're hot. The coaching, lay it down, dude.
All right, so I was thinking, I was going back and forth in my head, but I do think a low-scoring game. Boswell, all the offense last game. I think for the first half of this game, we get that as well. I'm going to say Steelers go into the locker room, a 9-3 halftime lead, 3 Boswell field goals, defense playing well. Najee, maybe 50, 60 yards in the first half. Change of pace with Warren out of the backfield. Second half, the conditions, the rain maybe picks up a little bit. And I think both teams score a touchdown, but that's it. And that would result in a final score, Tony, of the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game 16-10. So covering the spread. So Pittsburgh with the -3.5 and the under.
I love that there. Chalk. Let's freaking go, dude. I mean, I echo those sentiments. Obviously, Steelers under for me as well. I do think Wilson comes out here. The rain, having a tough time holding the ball, tough time throwing the ball. Maybe a couple QB draws, a couple Najee Harris rushes, maybe even a touchdown for him first half. We go into the locker room, maybe a 7-3 game. And I think maybe come out the second half. Maybe there's a little break in some rain. First drive, Wilson, 45-yard passing touchdown to Pickens. Why not? Rain picks back up. Najee comes in, figures it out. I think final score here, I'll say Steelers are taking it 21-6. Covering the under.
21-6.
Bang.
The cover of the under, just like that. Your Thursday night football frenzy.
Just like that, baby.
Is there juice for you for this one? I think more juice than the Monday night game, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think sitting here right now, even, knowing this game was coming up, probably not a lot of juice for me around it, but the more we're talking about it, the rain coming in, dude, you never know what's going to happen. I think once I start watching it and seeing the football, I'll be jacked up.
And it's interesting because there's a lot of talk of the Baker run, which actually Boomer did mention on. I had it on at the office,
really?
On the TV, the simulcast, and he was talking about the schedule, win those couple games. Sure, the tough game with the Chargers, but you got to be thinking you can make a run if you beat this Giants team.
Absolutely, dude. Let's go.
But I feel like because you were on it earlier in the year. Is there any excitement for you for the Pittsburgh run potentially? I mean, I know obviously they have a great record.
Of course. I mean, the dark horse team, let's freaking go, dude. You're absolutely rooting for the Steelers. Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. Me too. Chokery as well. Looking forward to seeing him next week for Thanksgiving.
That's nice.
Actually, it's going to be my niece's Layla, her first birthday party. We're going to do on Saturday, like after Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, so that'll be.
Thanks, Renee.
That will be a good time.
Oh my God, where was
for
that?
Sure.
Oh,
The bottle opener. Or no, that's the mustache.
the bottle
Where
opener.
did you drop it?
It was by on the walkway up to the Norton.
Oh my God, must have fell out of my pocket. with my
You might
keys.
want to put some Lysol on that thing. No.
Dude, some Barbicide maybe.
Steelers
Any
tonight, Renee. You
Barbicide,
think
dude?
Let's go.
picking up the W?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck the Browns, right?
Uh,
Browns gonna be a big one.
yeah.
The rainy conditions in Cleveland, Renee. And we do have a couple comments here. What'd you say?
We will prevail.
That's the right attitude.
Onward and upward.
But Michael Vaca says, sorry about my opinion about me preferring Disneyland over hockey. I'm so eager to go to Disneyland. You have no idea how long I'm waiting to go. Hopefully you understand. Are we on good terms? Michael,
Obviously.
Michael, of course. You know, we like to joke around a lot here. And we can agree, Tony, to disagree. Ernie sending in that ticket, 10 for 647.
That's wild.
Tony should drop a hundo on it and take us out to dinner. The DraftKings sponsorship.
Oh my God, that would be sick, dude. We'll see, dude. Maybe I'll look at it.
I feel like you're
today,
kind of
dude.
getting like jacked for like the DraftKings sponsorship.
That would be sick, dude. Like that would be sick. That would be great. Quite the sponsor.
Would you be fine doing like the Stevens A list? Like you had to like do like be on the commercials too? Like,
Oh sure, yeah. We have the commercials, dude.
what would you say that commercial 1 to 10 though? Like the Stevens A list, Mad Dog's Dogs, like they play it all the time.
Yeah, it's all right.
Like you're not that.
No,
tight.
I'm not that. I'm not that tight.
Okay.
Why? You're tight?
No, actually, not really. But I just was curious because they just play that all the time.
Yeah,
on
they
ESPN.
do.
And then Michael says before the end of the show, can you still pull up the Castle, Tony? And then Ernie says I sent it to Tony and your Twitter DM. So we will look out for that, and we'll have to get DraftKings on the dial, huh?
Absolutely, dude. I did send it to me. Oh, Renee texted me too before. See, I don't know. I missed the text during the show. What are you gonna do? Steelers 3.5. Pittsburgh defense and touchdown. Najee Harris. Winston under 217.5.
217.5.
Yeah,
The
which-
conditions.
The conditions. Najee Harris, he threw in there for 50+ yards rushing.
That's a good one.
And then also he put in Nick Chubb for over 40 yards rushing.
Not bad. Not bad. You would think there would be, a lot of running in this game.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And then, yeah, that's the ticket for the day, dude. He's jacked.
That is the ticket for the day. He's jacked. We're jacked for the full frenzy tomorrow, Tony. But for now, if we could go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Speed, here he comes. McDavid shoots, top shelf, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner! That's the nail break. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy!
David Pastrnak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So, speaking of the Golden Knights, they were one of the teams in action last night. Shut out in Toronto. So this hot streak continues. 3-0 Leafs here. What a performance. Was it Wall with the shutout here?
Yes.
Mike.
Whoa.
Wool. Boy, my computer. I don't know what. I
Bugging
think
out?
we talked about this before. Is it maybe all the pages up? I think that's probably what it is.
Oh, my gosh.
But Tony, what do you think is going on here in Toronto? Because you would think, no Austin Matthews, team would be in shambles, and they're almost playing better without him. Is that a coincidence? Is it guys just getting excited to have that opportunity to step up? I mean, what do you think is going on there?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I think it's another occasion, almost like with the Canucks, when they were playing the Rangers, knowing one of your better guys, you're down here, you have to step up, and you kind of come out with some extra fire, behind you. But I don't know, man. I mean, Maple Leafs, for me, I mean, listen, they're off to a good start, 12-6-2 here.
Playoffs, you're thinking?
I mean, listen, dude. But I feel like this has been like their fucking thing, where it's like they do well in the regular season, they look competitive, maybe they make the playoffs, maybe they don't. If they do, it's like a first-round exit. You know, like they're just not. They're never a team that finishes the season well. You know. And again, I mean, like we're talking about now, they have this talent is here, but it just seems like towards the end of the season just does not show up. That's when Tavares goes ice cold. That's when Matthews, maybe he's, maybe trying to get the, leading the league in points at this point in the season, but like everyone else around him is not doing well, and they just end up fumbling it. So I don't know. We'll see. Tavares has been doing pretty well, I know, for Toronto. He got 2 assists last night. Mitch Marner 2 assists as well. And Nylander a goal and assist. I mean, those 3 guys are probably who you're looking towards to step up without Matthews, playing. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. I mean, jury's still out. They can keep this up. That's fine. Maybe again you would anticipate that second half drop off, that last month of the season dropping off. But again, if they're a team that does so well in the first half where they set themselves up, where they can still make a wild card or something like that, that's great. But again, I mean, it's not often we see the Maple Leafs winning a playoff series.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And I've always felt like, the offense is there. Obviously, all the star power they have there. You think about the defense, and with this shutout last night, Wool here, 4-2, 2 goals a game, .922 save percentage. Albeit it's only been for 6 games. But if you're getting that type of production, and then you couple that with some good offense, maybe this is the year, that the Maple Leafs break through, and you think about other players that it took a while to come to fruition here, to step up to win, like a Ovechkin, for instance. So maybe this is the year they do it. Obviously, they play in a tough Eastern Conference.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But I don't know. I mean, is there any scenario where you could see, because of their offensive firepower, and let's say they're getting good goaltending, where they could give like a Florida a run for their money?
That's tough, dude. I mean, they're going to need probably their goaltending to be top notch. You have Woll, Anthony Stolarz too, who's a former
Stolarz is playing
Panther
more, right?
Yeah, he's been starting
for them.
Kind
of a timeshare somewhat, but
I guess. I mean, again, Anthony Stolarz, I believe,
14,
I think it was Panthers last season. He had like 25 starts over the course of the year, and had like one of the better save percentages and goals against, I believe, like in the league. I think he was like probably slated as one of the best backups around the league. So that's great for Toronto. Another team who definitely is also benefiting from the fact that the Bruins aren't doing well, in that Atlantic division there. So that definitely can help their playoff hopes. But I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, to your question in terms of giving the Panthers a tough time, I think that still has yet to be decided.
Yeah.
I would say right now, no, is what I guess the answer would be.
But also, you could say you never know.
Exactly.
One thing I do feel like we did know is that the Hurricanes were not going to struggle with Philly. And I guess you could say, well, the first 2 periods, tight game, 1-1. But they put 3 in the back of the net in the third period to win 4-1. So the Flyers dropped to 8-10-2. The Hurricanes 14-4, and just playing some good hockey right now.
Yeah, I mean, which is exactly what you would expect out of them. I think definitely, maybe in the offseason they were kind of, under the shadow of the Panthers, where people were like, oh, man, like maybe this is where we see the Hurricanes drop off. A lot of free agents, a lot of guys that had to have been moved. What are we kind of going to be doing here? And again, I'll always stand by it. I mean, they were a team that was really built for sustainable, lengthy success. Because they have solid cap space. They were able to keep a lot of their core guys. And those guys, I mean, have not stopped doing well. So it's a great depth team, dude. So you would expect them also to be super competitive coming out of the East.
Yeah. And Coach Chekhov, didn't have to do much last night, 18-19. And then they had the scoring spread out between Chatfield, Aho, Stahl, and Roslovic with 10 goals. I mean, did you see that coming at all?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess not. No, I wouldn't say wasn't on top of, Roslovic's going to be doing well with Carolina, 10 goals. I kind of even forgot where he even went to be honest. Clearly, though, he's paying some dividends. But not for nothing. I mean, I'm not that surprised. I really enjoyed him on the Rangers, I think he was someone who can skate really hard, who's good in terms of hockey IQ, makes good decisions when he's under pressure. But, you know, much like the rest of the Rangers roster, I mean, he was nowhere to be found come the postseason. So I'm not mad that the Rangers didn't keep him, but, you know, I think it would have been nice to have him. But then again, now we have Riley Smith now, who is doing well in that line. So
Yeah. But, I mean, you don't think it was, like, anything the Rangers did wrong in terms of, like, how they used him or anything like that?
I don't think, I mean, listen, I mean, it could have been, I guess. Maybe they were using everybody wrong. But in the postseason, like, people just went quiet, you know? So him included. So I don't know. I mean, you watch him skate. He skates really hard. He knows how to enter the zone, you know? But I don't know. We'll see. We may see him in the playoffs. So
Yeah, that's true. And we better get the job done against Carolina once again.
Are you kidding me?
Speaking of getting the job done, Ernie's saying, let's fucking go. By the way, the Packers still own the Bears franchise. Obviously, another win. I think it may be 11 in a row, something like that. But as we talked about on Monday, it seemed a little too close for comfort. And, you know, I've always, you know, respected and enjoyed this Packers team. Got this sweatshirt, Ernie, actually, from a Packers tailgate last year. But I think they have some things to clean up. And, you know, obviously we'll do our picks tomorrow. But I had to say, I'm not expecting them to beat San Francisco, given the history. You talk about owning. San Francisco has done a nice job against Green Bay. So I think it'll be key to see how Jordan Love, you know, can keep the turnovers down and play a clean game. Speaking of clean or not, Tommy's saying a lot of chatter on Twitter about that White Cloud hit on Nyes being dirty. Looked clean to me. I don't know if you saw that one. I didn't catch it.
I did not see that one, dude. I can look it up for us, though.
And while you're looking that up, Michael Butka is saying doing schoolwork right now while listening to you guys with the shades on. That emoji. So obviously we love to hear that, Michael. And while you're pulling that up, also, you know, we had the Stars 5-2 over the Sharks, so really no surprise there. You know, the Stars clearly the better team now, 8-2 at home, 12-6 overall. Sharks fall to 6-11. And speaking of 6-11, the Predators shut out in Seattle, so they are now 6-11-3. Kraken get over to 500, 10-9-1. Joey Decourt, a Tony favorite, with the shutout. Speaking of shutouts, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, whatever, however you say it. The shutout in Los Angeles. Zucker with the only goal there. So Sabres hanging in there at 9-1. And let's take a look at this hit over here.
Yeah, let me just share it here for the folks at home. Where are we? Window. There we go. Knees, baby. Let's bring this guy to the stage. We're bringing it all to light here, Brian. So really, what you're going to be seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, top of your screen, right here, you can see White Cloud. This is definitely White Cloud, I believe. He's lining up for the hit here on Knees, I think is how you say his name. Let me mute this video before I play it.
So you called me out that I said it wrong.
What'd you say?
No, I said
Knees? Nice? I'm not sure, to be honest.
You're calling me out, basically. Subtle call.
No one's calling you out.
Like, Tony, take a joke. Like, come on, man.
And by the way, I watched it. There's a hit and there's gonna be a fight that ensues. So let's fucking go, dude. Here's the hit coming in quick. Bang! Right there initially, shoulder looked like it hit the head. And obviously, let's fucking go, dude. Like, White Cloud's down on the fucking ground. That's great job by Toronto. Really backing up your player there.
Wow.
Dropping the gloves immediately. No second thought, dude. Obviously, Nyes here over to the bench. Toronto's tight. Where's Ryan Reeves when you need him, you know? White Cloud's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? That was a good, clean hit. They're looking at it. Like, he seems kind of fine. A little shaken up. But can we get a replay? Here is the replay, dude. Yep. Up the ice. See, you know what, dude? I don't know, Tommy.
You're saying dirty.
I mean, dude, first of all, that's definitely elbow to the head. And then I understand there's like the momentum of the hit and everything, but you'll see his elbow goes up. Like he kind of follows through here. See that follow through with his hand and everything?
Yeah.
Like you really like that kind of almost extra, and then you see he goes, yeah, like that. Which, yeah, he's a little high, dude. I don't know.
That's too high.
I think that's too high. He goes
you
off
think
the
he's gonna
locker
get fines?
room. Oh wow, interesting. We had a little
Fines suspended?
review here. Did it result? Oh, we're probably gonna see it again, dude. This is from probably not a great angle. Oh yeah, dude.
Just the arm extension.
And he
little
leaves
arm
his
extension.
feet. You can't leave your feet like that, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the call was. Wow, they're just really loving the replays. Oh my god, dude, he gets fucking blown up. Damn, dude.
Kind of crazy, right?
I mean, there he is in the penalty box. I guess they're deciding if it's like a. Let's see if we can listen here.
Elbow is coming up, and the arm is coming out straight.
And he leaves his feet.
Yeah.
He leaves his feet.
Here we go. The call.
Against Vegas, number 2 is under review.
All right, so there we go, under review.
Is this whole video the fucking review, dog? Gosh darn it, we got to see this poor guy getting hit over and over again. I can't believe how much time they're taking over
I
this.
know.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this here. Penalty box. I feel bad for the broadcasting crew trying to get through this. Here we go.
Announcement.
Finally.
After review, it was determined that there was no major penalty on the play. Penalty assessed.
So with no major penalty, then he's not getting fined, right? Or no?
I don't think it needs to be a major to get
it
fined.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, the majors normally are automatic when you see blood and stuff like that. Or I guess if it's really that egregious of a call. But I don't know, man. I mean, listen, I don't think that was that bad of an illegal hit. I think minor penalty, you know, knees, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Got off the ice on his own accord. Obviously got the concussion test. That's just total protocol. So I don't know. I don't think it was terrible. You know, it's tough too. I mean, obviously, you know, you spend 5 minutes watching this play in slow motion. It's so easy to be like, oh, we could have done this, could have done that. You know, that dude's skating at you at 20 miles an hour. Like, you know, obviously you don't have a lot of time to think. Momentum of the hit takes you up and forward a lot of times. I think that's egregious enough for the penalty, high enough for the penalty. I don't think anything else should ensue after that, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't think White Cloud has had multiple, you know, infractions in this case, or you know, for high hits or anything like that. So
I just think about Buccigross, like calling him out. Was that last year or 2 years ago? Probably, right? There was something, I don't know. He made fun of him on a
for his
highlight.
name. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that was that last season? I don't know. But that was like a big deal. He had to apologize and everything because he's like a Native American.
Oh, White Cloud is.
White Cloud's a Native American. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, gotcha.
He made fun of his name, and then it became a whole like, oh, you're making fun of a Native American name, huh, dude? And there's like but also like, I mean, who would know? Who knows that?
Exactly.
But then again, like maybe you're a broadcaster, maybe you should know.
Bucci, you know, the self-proclaimed hockey king, right?
Dude, I'd love to hear more from Tommy though. I mean,
Yeah.
he says it looked clean to him. I don't know. They're not the cleanest hit I've seen, dude.
No. What do you think about Sophia? What do you think Sophia would do if that was like her boyfriend or something? She was dating White Cloud. And it's over.
She would have dropped the gloves, I think, dude.
But what's Michael saying? Tony and Barnes.
You can't
come
come
close.
close to blaming me for going to Disneyland over a Celtics game now. Is this his first time at Disneyland?
Maybe he's been to Disney
World, not land.
And I also don't know if this is actually like a specific like trip or more of Michael just saying that he wants to go there.
He said he's going there. He said
definitely
actually is going.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think he didn't go. You know, he's big on like dates and stuff. Like I feel like he wouldn't get that out of him. No,
But also, like, I
he's
mean,
been
not,
to World, not Disneyland. Told you
and not for nothing, like Disney World is bigger and better. So, like,
something different though.
is it?
This is a graduation gift.
Oh, that's nice.
So I wonder if that means this is the summer.
Yeah, when are you going?
If I had to guess, I don't know. But you know,
He already graduated. Did he not? No?
I don't know.
No?
No.
No.
He did. You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
picture with Jimmy.
Yeah. He says Disneyland greater than Disney World, but you haven't even been to Disney.
But you
No,
know,
that's
again,
false.
it's
False.
the California roots, obviously.
Ridiculous. I'm gonna take my mom.
I graduated in June. There you go, Tony.
Oh.
So you're trying to. I was correct, and then you're jumping ahead of me here. I mean, come on, dude. Savannah!
And he's gonna talk about to his parents over Christmas break. I guess about when they're gonna.
Yeah, which again, what did that kind of allude to, Tony? Anyhow, New York Rangers trying to make it 4 in a row, 5 out of 6. in Calgary tonight. Game 3 of the 4-game West Coast road trip. 9 o'clock puck drop. I checked Daily Faceoff. Looks like Igor is unconfirmed, so who knows if that is setting up a quick spot on Saturday night. But what are your thoughts going to this game? I mean, Calgary, I thought that was like some
that was
alert or something.
Yeah. Oh my god. Air horn. Dude.
Calgary, we don't think too highly of them, but then at the same time they are 10-6. I mean, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Honestly, dude, I think that the Rangers should emphatically be beating the Flames tonight. I don't know, man. Like the Flames are not that great. I think we got a little bit fooled with them early on in the season when they did look really good. Did they start the season 4-0, 5-0? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 4-0.
Hot start, dude.
I think it was 4-0.
And I even got fleeced a little bit. Watching Huber do. He had that great goal against the Kings. And before that, I think he had a nice assist against the Sabres or something. Excuse me. Then I'm like, all right, this is it. Like, maybe we can start heating up. That was 4 or 5 games ago since his goal. He only has 6 goals on the year. And I think, their whole team, their offense has not been good recently. Again, the hot start, but then absolutely extinguished since then. The past, 14, 12 games, they've not been playing great hockey. They've been relying on playing some poor teams. They've been relying on their goaltender. What is it, Vladar, right?
I think they have
Wolf
somebody.
No,
Wolf will be starting. Yes,
Wolf will be starting.
Yeah.
All right. We've been relying on either Wolf or Vladar for having good games, and I just think against a crew, a roster, a group of forwards such as the Rangers, especially watching that goal. Was it against Seattle? No, against Vancouver. The Smith to Zibanejad to Kreider goal, like that last goal in the third period. I mean, we should be seeing money goals like that all game long, dude. This should be an emphatic victory. The Flames shouldn't really stand a chance. They shouldn't even be a team that should be on the same ice as the New York Rangers. I want a huge, emphatic victory. I don't care if Igor gets a shutout or not. I want 7 goals tonight, dude. I want offensive explosion. Everybody, Cooley remains hot. Fox, 5 assists tonight, dude. Honestly,
this is like me saying they're running for 500 yards.
No, literally, dude. This should be I'm looking at this game right now. I'm looking at the Flames. You want do your research at home. Look at how the Flames been playing the past few games. The outcomes of the games. I don't care about their roster, their talent. Their roster is not great, dude. I don't care about their record. Their roster isn't that great right now. Give me a fucking break, dude. Rangers offense should be outweigh what the Flames are putting out there, dude.
I mean, it feels like I'm rubbing off on you a little bit here, Tony. Because remember, I was saying that emphatic victory
dude.
we wanted over the
I'm
Sharks.
tired, dude.
Of course, didn't end up happening, and you're tired,
This is it, dude. Calgary, the snow. Let's get fucking hyped. All right.
Are you getting fucking hammered watching this game later?
Potentially.
The horseshoe.
That would be interesting, dude, if we did the horseshoe. It's interesting. Busy night tonight, dude. I'm working a doubleheader, Sacred Heart basketball.
Sacred Heart basketball. What time is that?
Crew calls at 2. First game's at 5. Second game's at 8.
Oh, okay. So 8. So really, you're coming home. It's midway through the second period if you're lucky.
Probably, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because it's the new opening of the Pitt Center at Sacred Heart.
Mm-hmm.
This is their first, even though they've had volleyball games there. This is their home opener for basketball. So it's a brand new facility. I don't know what production wise. I don't know what setup and breakdown is going to be like. So I could be out of there by 10:30.
Okay, but a ribbon cutting, cake with Freddie, or no?
Cake with Freddie, probably. Maybe pizza with Freddie.
Is there usually a pie or?
We get fed for the broadcast. Yeah, normally it is Goodfellas pizza.
Goodfellas pizza. Okay,
which is okay. It's free pizza. They feed us, so I'm not complaining.
Gordon and Larry though.
Goodfellas pizza is not good. Bad fellas, dude. I don't know, man. Their pizza just, to me, sometimes it's you can't get the plain there. I don't know if you've ever had Goodfellas.
What do you mean you can't get the plain?
You can't get the cheese pie. It's bland.
Okay. So no garlic, no pepper, no oregano?
Well, if I dress it up with that, but at that point.
They don't.
Oh, no. Their sauce is bland. Their crust, obviously. Their dough isn't great. So you got to dress it up. You got to get the peppers. You got to get the onions. You got to get the sausage on it or something. The buffalo chicken pie is solid. But honestly, if I'm going to go to Goodfellas, obviously because it's convenience right near my home, but also their sandwiches are really good.
I've only had like that pasta that Matt used to get.
Oh,
like, the
yeah.
chicken and stuff.
I
And I
remember
thought
that
that
one
was
time.
good.
Yeah, no, their
But it
pasta's not bad,
cheats,
dude.
though, on the portions, I would say.
Yeah, they're not. It's
not a Remos portion.
No, it's not, dude.
That's why it's so tough for me to deviate from that, just because I just like and food should always give me a hard time with it. But I feel like getting food somewhere else, like in Stanford Italian takeout, it's like I just feel like I'm just getting cheated.
What else? What other Italian restaurants are there near you? Like Remos.
Tutti Pazzi, very
and that's
good.
like one you can order takeout. Very, very good.
Very, very good, but it just
Vodka? Too creamy?
No. Everything is the quality is great, like
Yeah.
on par with Remos, but it just cheats.
Portions.
Yeah, but good dining experience. They have the upstairs area, and it's right on the corner of Bedford Street. So on the opposite end of Remos, you know how you get Remos over here, other side Tutti Pazzi, second level. One time, and I think I told you about this a while ago, but it was Dee's birthday a couple years ago. We had the whole top floor.
Oh,
His
yeah,
family
dude.
ordered the whole menu. It was one of those like times for you where you're just like, are you kidding me?
That's
the
awesome,
espresso
dude.
martinis,
dude.
the Sauvignon.
Sauvignon Blanc. You ever go to that Irish pub that's on? Is that right?
Tiggins.
That's what it's called?
I might have got a drink in there one time, but I've never actually eaten there.
Shepherd's Pie?
Shepherd's Pie. But no. I think it's more just because nobody ever wants to go there, really.
It looks like a nice little Irish pub restaurant, dude. Like,
I would say on that street, the place we probably went the most would be either Brick House, other side of the street, or Bedford Hall. I don't know if you've been to that
No.
one.
I haven't been to any restaurant on that street. Like, like sit down and eat.
Oh, wow.
I guess maybe Metcha. No, Metcha technically I've been to that one, yeah.
But yeah, no, Metcha was really just the ambiance at Metcha. They really do it right.
Yeah, I'd be down. We could do a Metcha night.
Yeah,
They're good.
Yeah, they are.
And it's not like, again, like talk about the portions. I mean, it's enough.
Yeah,
For
especially
sure,
with the
dude.
extra noodles. Like I literally couldn't even finish it.
There we go, dude.
What are your thoughts about us going to this Celtics game with Michael Buckeye? I just have to say, off the jump, I couldn't handle it, honestly, because it's too much aggression.
Really?
Like, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess for you, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't care.
No, but I just feel like I'd rather go to a Lakers game with them. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you
positive
can't-
excitement. I don't want to just
Like,
go to a
exactly.
Celtics game.
Like you can't not because of Michael. You can't handle it because if it's Boston.
Well,
is what you're saying.
but I'm saying I'm just always in favor of being somewhere. Either my team has to be playing there, or just being in the home. I just like rooting for the home team. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like it's tough, sure, playoffs, you'll go on the road, whatever. But there's nothing like just being at your home place.
Right, but we're not gonna go to L.A. You want to go to L.A.?
Why not? You want to go? Should we go?
I mean, it's much easier to go to Boston than L.A. I'd go to a Celtics game with Buckta. Maybe if he's buying, sure.
And what else do we got here?
He says Lakers game, you and I. He goes, I would be too out of control.
Yeah, no, that's
at
what
the
I'm saying.
Celtics game.
Let's be real, Tony. I know you're trying to play it off. You know he would be a little out of control.
No,
with
I think it
Tatum.
would be, but I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be a respectful out of control. But I mean, God forbid we had floor seats, then I think you would see Michael run on the court.
Yeah, I don't want him to get a perm ban, Tony,
Yeah. I don't think they would permanently ban Michael.
If you run on the floor, it's over.
Yeah, I think Tatum would see him and he'd be like, "All right, Michael, let's take a three." All right.
I can see him be like, "You suck," and then he like drains a three. And he's like, "What was that?"
Oh my God.
What else did he say?
Tony and Barnes, the way you say Tatum's name
It's Michael.
is not
it's
ordinary.
Me, it's Tony. But you know what else it is, Tony? A Thursday night edition of the Frozen Frenzy.
Let's freaking go, baby. Thirsty Thursdays out on the ice. You know the deal around the NHL. Big slate for Thursdays. And we're starting off, speaking of the Celtics, we're starting off in TD Garden, baby. 7 p.m. The Bruins, obviously just getting rid of Monty here. Some people are happy. I don't know if you saw Marchand, and I forget who else. Maybe it was Pasternak. I don't know. But, after whatever conference, asked about the Monty firing, and they seemed pretty torn up about it, saying that it was the players' fault. If the players did better, we would still have him. We lost a great coach and an even better man, which is kind of crazy to think about if the players didn't want him gone. And if you even go further deeper, I think since 2011, the Bruins have fired, 4 President's Trophy winning coaches. What does that say about your upper management? I don't know.
We want that to continue to be porous.
Let's fucking go. The Bruins taking on the UHC, the Utah Hockey Club, here tonight. Utah plus 140. There's value in that. Total over under here, 5.5. The Utah Hockey Club coming off a 2-game losing streak, dropping games to the Knights and to the Capitals here. We know the Bruins are on a 3-game losing streak here. What's going to happen? Interim coach. They're bringing this 3-game losing streak into this matchup here at home. And they're 5-4-2, by the way, TD Garden. Probably one of the worst home records we've seen from them in recent history. Brian, what do you say?
It could be worse. It could be Dallas. And that's not the Stars. It's interesting, though, because the value's tempting, Tony, but I want to be correct with my pick, like my pronunciation of Jonathan Huberdeau, according to Tommy here. We'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, I'm going to say the Bruins do win. I think it's tight. I think some good goaltending by Swayman and Ingram. But I'm going to say Pasti, overtime, game winner, 3-2, Bruins, and the under.
Bruins and the under. Next game here, we're going up to Ottawa here. Senators taking on, speaking of the Golden Knights, the Golden Knights. Jack Eichel hot right now, 28 points on the season, leading the team, which is why the Vegas Knights here are plus 140, over under 6.5, expecting the scoring. Knights, I want to say for the first time this season on back-to-back losses here, just got shut out by Toronto. We talked about that. White Cloud, whatever, dude. Senators got fleeced by Edmonton. We saw that. What do you think here, Brian? You think it's chalk?
It's interesting. It is. And plus 140 for Vegas. Oh, it's a trap. Blah, 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 blah. But you get shut out last night. You're better than the Senators. So I don't care. I will fall for that trap. And Jack Eichel is too good to have 5 goals through 20 games this year. I'm going to say the hat trick just for Josh B. Maybe Ernie wants to divulge himself into the NHL prop bets. I'm going to say Vegas will win this game 5-3, Knights and the over.
I mean, I could not agree more. Knights bounce back. I mean, talk about the value there, plus 140. I mean, are you kidding me? Is Vegas like hitting the bottle early with the Steelers? And I don't even know, dude. I don't care. Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely.
That's the mindset.
It's a dumb mindset.
It is.
Next game, speaking of dumb mindsets here, the Islanders are going into Detroit. Little Caesars Arena, Brian. Red Wings here are plus 105. So not heavy favorites. I just click in here. Actually, now they're plus 110, it says. Total is 5.5. Low scoring. I don't know. Both teams, like all these other teams we've previewed, coming into their games on losing streaks. Red Wings dropping 4 of the last 5, losers of 3 in a row. Islanders also dropping 4 of the last 5, losers of 2 in a row. Kind of 2 dumpster fires right now. What do you got?
Yeah, 2 dumpster fires. But the thing is, back in the day, you'd say, oh, well, the Red Wings have Hasek. The Avs have Patrick Waugh, but there's no Hasek waiting for the Red Wings. And I know that kind of didn't make sense, but it kind of did, Tony. But I'm going to just say that the Islanders, you can't count on them, but I just think this is the game that they win. They've lost a couple tough ones recently. I think this is a tough one for Detroit to lose, but that's exactly what happens. I'm going to say 3-2 Islanders. Palmieri, the game winner with 10 seconds remaining.
Wow, dude. Crazy. Islanders team went over. A lot of talent there, but not a lot of good results there. Last time these 2 teams faced, Red Wings won 1-0. I think similar outcome here for both teams. Islanders get shut out by Cam Talbot for the 2nd time this season. He gets one. I say Red Wings, Larkin the hat trick, DeBrincat, 2 goals and the assist. Red Wings win 5-0. So Red Wings and just the under there with the shutout. Let's freaking go with Cam Talbot. Next game here. Let's keep chugging along here. We're going to New Jersey now. Still 7 p.m. Newark, Prudential, the Devils taking on the Hurricanes. Battle of here, 2 pretty damn good teams. The Hurricanes we went over already. Devils are 12-7-2 right now. Recently, they lost Tampa Bay, shut out, but beat Florida on back-to-back games, which was pretty impressive there, scoring 10, putting a 10 spot on them in 2 games. So the offense was hot then, will be hot tonight, Brian, as they're minus 120 over under 6.5.
No, I'll fall for another trap, a team that's better, better odds than the team that they're better than. I'll take the Hurricanes on a back-to-back. The Devils are good, but they're not great, Tony, and I think the Hurricanes are a better team here. A tough-fought game. But I'm going to say the Grizzled vet, Jordan Stahl here. 2 goals and an assist. And the Hurricanes outlast the Devils here. 4-3, Hurricanes in the over.
Hurricanes in the over, dude. All right, I guess I'll take the Hurricanes too. Why not? I mean, it's probably the safe bet there. Give me Hurricanes. Martin Nikas, dude. 30 points on the year, 11 goals, leading the team. Points, goals, and assists, which is crazy. You think about all that talent. One guy's leading all those stats.
Yeah.
So give me Nikas with 2 goals here. I don't know, maybe Svechnikov with another goal there. Hurricanes win 3-1, giving Canes and the under. Good goaltending, though, on both sides there, which is great for both teams there. Speaking of great goaltending, 7 p.m., we're going to go to Washington as the Capitals at 13-4-1, taking on the Avs, dude. Colorado minus 140. Washington plus money at home here. Could also be a good value bet. Avs are heating up, though. Did just beat the Capitals a few days ago. The 15th to be exact. 5-2 was the score. Kind of crazy. Also, in Washington, they're winners of 4 of the last 5, but so are the Capitals. 3-game win streak. What do we got going on, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I love the way that they've been playing, but I would imagine Ovechkin not playing in this game. So that's enough for me to go with the Avalanche. I feel like the record may not suggest it, but I think at the end of the year they will prove to be the better team, the balanced scoring, and better defense. Recently, they had the backup tender last game against Philly. Were able to get the job done. So I think they're gonna win this game. I'm gonna say 5-2. So we're gonna say the Avs and the over.
Absolutely love that there, Brian. Avs and the over, pretty solid. And I'm going to go Caps and the over, dude. I know you're kind of reversing the script there with the 5-2 victory there for the Avs. Well, I guess Ovi's out. Give me the Avs 5-2.
Yeah,
Shut up, Brian.
Come on.
Shut up. Next game here, 7 p.m. Columbus, the Blue Jackets taking on the Lightning here. Lightning minus 170. Doesn't seem like much value there. Columbus plus 145. Watch out. Lightning won 3 in a row. We know from Pittsburgh. They won an OT. The comeback. Let's go. Columbus, though, just being Boston 5-1. Pretty emphatic there. Do you think Columbus has what it takes with Elvis maybe between the pipes to upset the...
I know you get a little riled for Lincolns, and Tommy, if I said it wrong, my apologies. Just kidding. But I will take the Lightning. I know the Jackets have played some good teams, beat some good teams. But I just think the Lightning far better at the end of the day. I think actually a road shutout for Vasilevsky. And I'm going to say Braden Point, who's been hot. I believe he had 2 goals last time out. He goes for the hat trick this time. 5 goals in 2 games. Are you kidding? And I think it's actually 5-0 Lightning here. So, after a little bit of an uneven start, the Lightning now 11-6-1.
Absolutely love that
Under,
there for the Lightning and the under. I can't argue that, dude. Give me the Lightning and the under as well. Kucherov, Hedman, the normal, Vasilevsky, the usual suspects there can get the job done in Columbus. I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear it. Bruins are in shambles. That's why the Columbus Blue Jackets won. Next game now, we're moving to 8 p.m., dude. St. Louis Enterprise, the Blues taking on your Sharks, Brian. The Sharks, speaking of value, plus 180, I believe, on the money line. Over, under is 5.5, so expecting some good goaltending. Excuse me. Perhaps Mackenzie Blackwood's getting the start here. Sharks, though, just like the Blues, another shit show matchup here. Both teams losers of 4 out of 5. Brian, what do you got?
Enterprise Center, St. Louis, Missouri. The fans, I think, will will the Blues to the win here. Not a great team, neither is San Jose. And I like the over, actually. The Sharks on a back-to-back, 6 goals given up last night. So I'm going to say the Blues are going to win this game 5-3. So Blues and the over.
Love that there, dude. Blues and the I'm surprised the Blues and the under. I guess Kairu, Hattie Boom Batty, Blues under, why not, dude? Next game, 8:30 ESPN Plus Hulu game, Chicago, the Blackhawks at 6-12-1. Play match up against the Panthers here are 12-6-1. The tale of 2 teams. What do you say, dude? Florida minus 250. Not much value there. Total is 5.5. Chicago, Brian, watch out, plus 210, dude.
Yeah, but the problem is with Chicago, I can't even count them to beat the Sharks, Tony. So you think they're going to beat Florida?
I don't think so.
No way, dude. I'm going to say 6-2 Florida. Florida in the over. and we'll give Matthew Tkachuk 2 goals and 2 assists.
All right, a couple of assists there for Brady Tkachuk. Let's
mean
move.
Matthew.
Matthew Tkachuk, sorry. All right. We want Brady Tkachuk. 8:30 p.m. No, we're at 9 p.m. because we're at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta.
17 degrees.
The Flames
Snowing.
feels like -2 degrees Celsius. The Flames here taking on the Rangers, our game of the night, baby. The Rangers on the road, -150. The Flames are in shambles. Over under 6.5. Rangers, we know, looking to make their win streak 4 in a row. Flames looking to improve to a 3-game win streak. Will that happen here tonight, Brian?
Absolutely not. The Rangers are going to run this streak to 4. They're way better than Calgary. Igor, too. We've been waiting for that, really solid game. I'm going to say 38 of 40 in net. And I'm going to say Artie, 24 points up to this point this year. He does the 2 goals and the 2 assists. The Rangers win this game 6-2, just like you ordered. So it's the Rangers and the over.
Absolutely love that, Brian. Let's fucking go. I think it's Rangers here. It's obvious. It's offense. It's foot on the goddamn pedal, and we're not looking back, dude. Early and often, maybe 5 minutes in, give me that Will Cooley goal we've been calling for. He's been red hot, baby. I said Fox, 5 assists. I'm holding it to that, dude. At the end of the night, the Rangers prevail. I'm calling for the 7-2 win. Igor's looking good. Panarin's feeling good. Laviolette, for the first time this season, breaks a nice smile, dude.
Tommy's Riles.
Let's go, dude. Next game here. Actually, wow, this flew by, dude. The last game here, also 9 p.m., also in Alberta, but this time we're going to Edmonton. A little hop, skip, and a jump away from the Saddle Dome. We're going to Rogers Place as the Oilers are taking on the Wild. I love this matchup, to be honest. 2 pretty freaking good teams here. Edmonton, -155 to the home favorites. Minnesota +135. Maybe some value there. Over, under 6.5. We know these 2 teams are good. The Wild, 3 of the last 5 they're winners of. So are the Oilers here. What do you think, dude?
Usually I like fastballs, Tony, but today I'm feeling the curveball. Give me the Wild. And usually, I'm big on Edmonton, but I just feel like this point in the year, the consistency isn't there. Later in the year, give me Edmonton, but right now, I think the Wild are the better team, and I think they win this game. I'm going to say 5-3, so it's going to be the Wild and the over.
I couldn't agree more with you there. The over at 6.5. I'm going to go for the under, I think. I think, Edmonton struggles at the defensive position, the goaltending position. Who doesn't? The Wild. They have good defense. They have very solid goaltending so far this year. Not a lot of high-scoring games in terms of goals given up for them this year. I think Gustafsson does right. Gustafsson does right by the Wild here. Maybe only giving up 1 goal, saves, 37 of 38, something like that. The Wild, though, they're the ones scoring. I say they win this game. I'm going to say by the tune of 4-1. Wild and the under, Brian.
And just like that, that is your Thursday night edition of the Frozen Frenzy, Tony.
Bang.
So let's go Rangers.
Absolutely.
Let's make it 4 in a row. Are you shocked by the Huber Dow call by Tommy?
Yeah, what did he say?
He was comparing it to some other names.
It's pronounced Huberdeau, just like Marleau.
Oh, Huberdeau.
Mateau and Rochambeau. Interesting, dude. I'm pretty
sure you've heard Rosen say Huberdeau.
It's definitely a Rosen Huberdeau call.
But now, did Rosen
sometimes?
Say? But did Rosen say good Snell ever? Or that was like in your head.
Maybe it was in my head, dude. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's obviously who I listen to the most. That's where I'm getting my pronunciations from. Let's get to the bottom of this, dude. Jonathan
the
Huberdeau.
Wikipedia, or not the Wikipedia, but doesn't the Hockey Reference?
Yeah, they normally. Well, not for everyone though. That's the only thing here.
But this name possibly.
It says Jonathan Huberdeau.
So just like what he said?
Huberdeau.
So no do.
I guess so, dude.
Kev do.
Kev Doe.
Kev Doe. Dave Dow.
I'd be very curious to see a call here, honestly. Let's see what we got going on. Flames, Jonathan, Mikhail Backlund, Huberdeau. This must be from...
Prime Monday Night Hockey.
Brian, Monday Night Hockey.
Uber Eats. Here in Calgary. Backlund a shot. He scores! The captain comes calling.
Come on.
Michael Backlund.
The Backlund. Say it.
And the defensive pair for the LA Kings, Anderson and Gavrikov, they've been solid out there to start this season, but this is just too cute for them. As you can see, going back, Anderson, he's got time, he's checking it around, he knows where his support is, but there's Gavrikov, tries a quick play to the middle, which is probably the right play.
That's not at all what
I
we
can't believe that was like that. Are
Right.
you kidding me?
The boys are impressed. All right, let's see. These guys are going to probably say his name.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
There we go.
Huberdeau, even.
I'm honestly, Tony, I don't
We
even
can talk about what the team's going to do.
Huberdeau.
I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. I'm almost as surprised as Good Snell.
Huber.
Huberdeau.
That's wild.
Huberdeau.
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 Okay.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Okay.
That sounds terrible.
It does. It does. It should be Herbert too. It should
Jonathan
be Good Snell. So a couple more things here. An update from the RSM. Will Gordon is now your solo leader here, 4 under through 9. You have a few golfers here at 3 under: Rogers, Chappell, Moore, and McCormick. Justin Suh and Eric Cole, 2 under. Cole through 9, Suh through 10. I know that our buddy Kevin Kisner has struggled, I think, to 3 over, if I'm not mistaken. 3 over after a birdie on 2, a triple on number 4, and a bogey on number 6. He's now playing the par 5 8th hole.
Not great.
And I did see
Aubert.
Where's Aubert?
He's 2 over.
2 over after a birdie on 1. So maybe that the wind is howling, huh?
Yeah, birdie on 1, par on 2, back-to-back bogeys on 3 and 4, par, bogey, par. Now in the 9th hole.
He'll rebound though. He'll finish this round 3-4 under at least.
I hope so.
How about Tommy? Says, I'll gladly volunteer my services as a hockey player pronunciation consultant.
Well, then let's go, dude. Hired.
You're hired, Tommy. You're hired.
Heward.
And it's something about Michael Butka. Gino, all-time winningest coach in NCAA basketball. He still loves Hurley more than Gino.
Wow.
Also, boys, picture Tatum in Disney World and me in Disneyland at the same time. Opposite coast at different Disney's, and I would say different strokes, different folks, whatever, Tony, right?
I guess so. It's so funny, dude. Michael Buckta is not ashamed of picking favorites, dude, by any means.
No. Never. And then just a couple other quick things here. The Knicks blowing out the Suns by 16 in Arizona last night, 138 to 122.
Josh B's riled.
So yes, he is riled. They have won 4 in a row. Jalen Brunson, maybe his best game of the season, 36 points, 10 assists, 7 of 11 from 3-point range. Karl Anthony Towns, 34 points, 10 boards. I think I'm in a dogfight with Bernie. I think it's like 4-4. So, I mean, the Suns were without Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal in this one. Bol playing 4 minutes. But I think nevertheless, nice to get a road win. Michael had mentioned the Lakers and the Magic, and that is a home game for LA as they try to go to 8-0. So we'll see if Dalton Connect can continue his hot shooting, the rookie record last game. That's definitely exciting stuff for sure. You know what else is actually this Saturday, Tony? I know it's not in your purview, but I'm just curious. You probably are not going to get this. It's a
college football matchup?
Yeah.
Is it Penn State and it's not Penn State. I don't know. Who
they play Minnesota. This isn't what I was talking about, but this is a great game. They call it, I think, Big Noon or something like that on Fox. Number 5 Indiana, 10-0 at the Horseshoe. So Ohio State there, 13.5 point favorites in Columbus. So that's a big one. But the game I was referring to, Army at Notre Dame, but at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, wow, dude.
So that's an interesting one.
You getting last minute tickets?
No. But it's saying tickets as low as 90, but I had seen them as high as like 220 for the upper deck. The problem is, Tony.
Is it supposed to rain?
No,
weekend?
no, it's not gonna rain, but it's gonna be in the 40s. So it's just like, come on. Like what do we especially like
Yeah, but like wouldn't you be riled, dude, like to bundle up, get out there in Yankee Stadium?
Well, because I did it a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Syracuse, Minnesota. Obviously, this is a bigger matchup.
Maybe a hot toddy in the tailgate. Warm you up.
I think if it was like, oh yeah, like we got you like amazing seats, like legend seats or something, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll go. But it's just like I wouldn't invest money, and it's just like if I were to invest money, like I've mentioned to you many times, I want it to be like the SEC tailgate, the biggest cocktail party in the country or the world, whatever they say. What is that? Florida and Georgia, I believe. You know, that type of game. I'm down for. Obviously, the Red River, Tony, as well. So yeah, I mean, you know, some interesting games here, and it's just going to be interesting. I have to say, you know, I'm not usually intrigued when it comes to college football, but we are coming down the stretch run here. What is there? 2 weeks left in the in the regular season. You know, just with the 12-team playoff. I mean, if I had to take a blind guess here, I would say you're still going to say no. But any intrigue on your part just with the 12-team playoff, you know, we've had 4 since the inception, just how that's going to look, if we're going to have any big upsets, a team that normally wouldn't have the opportunity to win a national championship, getting that, anything for you there?
No.
You got to stop being so stubborn, Tony.
I mean,
it's just because Sacred Heart football isn't good, I feel like, is what started this for you.
I haven't even watched a down of college football yet. So it's just not on my radar. I don't know, man. It's just not something that I'm that interested in. And maybe, you know, if, again, you know, we got you legend seats, you know, like, I'll go.
Like if I had just like it was a surprise, like I mentioned that because I was trying to surprise you. And like right now I was like, I have the legend seats.
If you had any ticket, I'd go with you, dude.
All right. So fair enough.
So I'd be down to go. Like, it'd be fun. But it's just like, talk about investing in it, you know? Like,
no, like I told you, I'm not like big with the the regular season, but I think the stretch run is exciting, and I am getting excited, for college basketball. I haven't watched much of that yet, but I have the UConn game coming up, so that's going to be good. I love the tournament, so it's just the stretch run in college. I have to say, I do appreciate. I think too, I mean, there should be a little more hype for you. The Johnnies 4-0, potentially the most talented team they've had in 30 years. I mean, you don't want to see Richard like just one more championship. I feel like it would be a good story from Iona, the comeback story. Tony, no,
it's nice. The run, dude. It would be a run for him. Whatever, dude. It's fine. No, sure, win it all. Let's go St. John's. Let's go to Johnnies.
What else we got here from Michael Bucket?
He says, let's win tonight, Barnes. He says, win. I may, if not, talked about Tatum in months, but now it's back. Buckle up, boys. And he's not wrong. He hasn't talked about Tatum in quite some time.
He hasn't.
So,
one last question here for you. Like we're talking. Like it's regular season, but like 1 versus 2, and whether it's in Kansas, whether it's UNC Duke, like that type of matchup, you're a couple rows up from the court, and the whole like hammer the tailgate before. Anything for you there?
Yeah, I'd have fun there.
So is it almost you feel like you need to get down south to get to one of these things? Just here, the Johnnies, Carnesecca, even at MSG, it just you need that like iconic, not to quote Michael Butka, basketball arena.
Yes, I would say that would move the needle for me. But then again, it's like I can probably go to any of these games. Hammered, the crowd, it's a good game. I'm having a good time. But, next week when I'm home, like I'm not going to be tuning in.
But the game though, you would get the adrenaline.
Yeah, the college atmosphere of the athletics here, like absolutely, dude.
And
that's great.
Keeping in mind the $200 weekly deposit from DraftKings, like would you throw it all on the home team if you were going to one of those games?
I guess that
just
would
to be like
extra like yeah. Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You gotta ride that high. Take the wave.
This talk is getting me riled for 2 weeks from tomorrow. The Garden, the Penguins, Michael Butka.
Dude, the Penguins. Hopefully we get the DraftKings sponsor by then.
Oh,
we can
my
get the
God.
money. We bet it on the Rangers.
Yes.
Everything across the board.
Yes.
Let's go, dude. Over, under, beers at Dempsey's, dude.
Stout afterwards. Last train home.
Are we going to make it? I don't
The
know.
sprint last time, that was exhilarating.
That was exhilarating. Honestly, I mean, I think it's like both times.
Yeah,
We've had photo finishes for the trains, dude.
No, I can't wait, though, honestly.
Oh, my God, it's going to be so much fun, dude.
There's just nothing like going to a game.
Going and going and going.
Dude, that was another classic. Oh, man. But I think that I'm starving, by the way, too. Speaking of going. Michael Theaville saying goats.
Goats.
So good to get him at the horn. And then he says, when's my glorious castle? I don't know if Tony's in a castle mood right now.
You want to do the Disneyland castle, not to be confused with Disney World. Disneyland.
The Disneyland
castle, dude. So let's go. Let's give it to Michael. He's been waiting all show for this, dude. Doing his homework, paying attention. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the castle at Disneyland, dude. Numerous photos. These are some great photos, too, by the way. Very crystal clear. A lot of pixels. That is nice. The water, dude. The castle. Sleeping Beauty's castle. You can stay at the castle, dude.
There
you know
he
that?
is.
You
There
can
he
stay
is.
at the castle, dude.
So there we go.
Stay at the castle.
There we go. Michael Butka getting his wish. I guess that's what Disney's all about,
Oh,
right?
baby, he says. Yep. When you wish upon a star. That's what they say in the song, dude.
That's it. But I'm not going to do the Billy Joel, Michael K. Life is a series of hello and goodbyes. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning in today and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane. Costume, the merch at downtown.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go, Rangers! And we will see you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.